The emergency alert blared across the Galactic Council station, causing Admiral Trell's crest to rise in alarm. The Vexian commander swiveled all four eyes toward the main view screen where the sensor officer, a nervous prill named Orcs, was frantically working the controls. "Confirm analysis," Trell ordered, voice steady despite the rising tension. "Confirmed, Admiral. Silhouette matches known human warship configurations, but this one's larger, much larger." Orus's appendages trembled slightly. The energy signature is off the charts. The massive vessel had appeared at the edge of the sector, seemingly from nowhere. No jump point activation, no warp signature, just there, where moments before empty space had existed. It drifted slowly, its obsidian hull absorbing rather than reflecting the distant starlight. "Open communications," Trell commanded. Lieutenant Dax, the communications officer, attempted to establish contact but shook his head. "No response, Admiral." The unspoken fear rippled through the command center. Humans. Of all the species to encounter in this disputed sector, they were perhaps the most unpredictable. Barely 2 centuries into their interstellar phase, they had already earned a fearsome reputation. All stations on alert. Notify the Council. Deploy defensive squadrons in containment formation, Trell ordered. As the station's defense fleet moved into position, Admiral Trell considered his options. Diplomatic channels with the human government were tenuous at best. The last conflict, a misunderstanding over mining rights, had ended with 3 Council battlecruisers destroyed and a hasty treaty. The mysterious human vessel continued its silent approach. Aboard the UES Nemesis, Captain Jack Miller watched the alien defensive formation with detached amusement. Their ships, sleek and technologically advanced, looked like toys against the massive backdrop of his command. "They've deployed their entire defensive fleet," reported Lieutenant Reed from Tactical. 37 vessels, arrayed in standard Vexian containment pattern. Miller nodded. "And their weapon status? Charged, but not targeted. They're being cautious." The captain smiled. Caution was appropriate when facing a human battleship, especially one like the Nemesis. At 12 kilometers from bow to stern, it was the largest warship humanity had ever constructed. A fact deliberately kept secret from the Galactic Council until now. "Status of our passengers," Miller asked. Commander Alex Torres, his XO, checked her display. "Still stable. Medical reports, all life signs normal." Miller nodded. "Good. Open a channel to the station." When the human vessel finally broke its silence, the message was short and direct. "This is Captain Jack Miller of the United Earth ship Nemesis. We come under Protocol 7 of the Earth Council Mutual Aid Treaty. We request immediate docking and medical assistance." Protocol 7. Admiral Trell's scales paled. Emergency humanitarian intervention, the one clause in the treaty that allowed either side to enter the other's territory without prior authorization. What manner of emergency requires a battleship of that size? Trell demanded. The human captain's face remained impassive on the view screen. "We carry 10,000 Rilak refugees. Their colony at Pentos was destroyed by the Void Scourge." The command center fell silent. The Void Scourge, a silicon-based life form that consumed organic matter, had been considered a myth, a story to frighten children. "Impossible," whispered Orcs. "Pentos is 16 light years beyond the Council's border sensors. If the Scourge were active there—" "They're coming this way," Captain Miller interrupted. "We evacuated as many as we could. The Rilak need immediate medical attention. Their immune systems are failing after exposure." Admiral Trell hesitated only briefly. "Docking authorized. Day 12. We will prepare medical teams." As the human vessel maneuvered toward the station, a graceful movement belying its enormous mass, the Council scientists confirmed the worst. Long-range scans showed nothing but dead space where the Rilak colony had been. The Nemesis docked with surgical precision. When the airlocks opened, Council medical teams rushed in, only to stop in shock. The refugees were indeed Rilak, a peaceful insectoid species known for their scientific achievements, but their condition was horrifying. Their normally iridescent carapaces were dull, marked with strange crystalline growths. The Scourge infects before it consumes. explained Dr. Tom Reed, the human chief medical officer, as he transferred medical data. We've slowed the process, but we need your biologic specialists. Our understanding of real-life physiology is limited. Admiral Trell personally met with Captain Miller while the medical crisis unfolded. Why would Earth send its most advanced warship on a rescue mission? He asked directly. Miller's expression grew grim. Because we needed something that could both evacuate civilians and then hold the line if necessary. He activated a holographic display showing tactical data. The Scourge destroyed 3 of our scout vessels before we understood what we were facing. The Nemesis is the only ship we have that could endure long enough to deliver a payload capable of stopping their advance. What payload? Trell asked. A Nova bomb. If the Rilac can't be saved, and if the Scourge cannot be contained, we will collapse the Pentos star. The resulting radiation would sterilize the system. Trell's crest flattened in shock. Such weapons have been banned by the Council for generations. You would destroy an entire star system. Miller's eyes were flint. To save 1,000 others? Yes. We're hoping your scientists, working with ours, can find a better solution. That's why we came here instead of deploying immediately. 3 days later, the combined medical and scientific teams had developed a treatment. The Rilac would live, though many would bear scars forever. More importantly, they had identified the Scourge's weakness, a specific frequency of radiation that disrupted its crystalline structure. As the Nemesis prepared to depart, equipped with emitters rather than Nova bombs, Admiral Trell watched from the station's observation deck. The massive human vessel, originally a source of fear, now represented something unexpected: hope. Caution, he murmured to himself as the battleship disappeared into the depths of space. Unidentified human battleship entering the sector. Next time, perhaps we will not be so quick to fear.